So this is the final video of the 2 boxes that I got from Publishers Spotlight in service of Myrick Marketing and Media. So thank you all for these books. So let's get started. This is actually the box 1. So the first book is Farmer Falgu Goes to the Kumbh Mela by Chitra Soundar and illustrated by Kanika Nair. And I really like Chitra's books. Some of them are so beautiful. I've had her on my blog a couple of times, and I just think all her books are outstanding. And so this one, I don't know what a Kumbh Mela is, but oh, it's a festival. It's an Indian festival. And the publisher for this book is, what's in the back? Karadi Tales. So this is just a story about Festival of the Pot. It looks like it's, really graphic illustrations and kind of a fun story. The next one is a Tangle of Brungles by Sobha Viswanath, illustrated by Culpeo S. And I don't know if I've seen this book before. I've read about it. Oh, but this is like, like when they go over all the different words to describe groups of things. So, a coven of witches, which I've heard of, but I've never heard of a clouder of cats, and maybe that's what you call a group of cats, like galaxy of stars. And it has like these really fun cartoony illustrations. So they've taken this concept of these different groupings, and they've made sort of a witch story out of it. So that's very clever. Yeah, that looks great and fun. So it works for Halloween. It also looks like, about language. And then even, maybe there also might be a little bit of Indian culture. I'm not sure if that's actually true. Let me see. The publisher is, where is it? Karadi Tales. So there might be built into the illustrations a little bit of Indian culture, but it's really more about language and just a fun story. The Library Bus is next. It's by Bahram Rahman. It's almost like their names are like just the letters re-scrambled for first and last name. Illustrated by Gabrielle Grimard. And so it looks like it might be one of those traveling libraries. Like the Biblio Bureau, or there's another book about the library lady who comes by horseback, maybe. And it might be set in, it's in Kabul, in Afghanistan. So the library is in a bus, and Peri is Mama's library helper. Wow, that's very timely. It is by Pajama Press. So this is an important book for right now, since Afghanistan is in the news and everyone's kind of worried about education for girls and what's going to happen now that the Taliban have taken over, especially with regard to education for women and girls. And so, books are a big part of it. Access to books, learning how to read, literacy. I don't know, you can only just hope for the best. But this is a book, and also there's a note about refugee camps. And so, yeah, more timely than ever. The next book is Anita and the Dragons. It is by Hannah Carmona, illustrated by Cunha. Cunha, I think I actually illustrated a few of these books, and I believe this is Lantana Press. It is. And so this story is about dragons in the Dominican Republic. So kind of a fantasy, but she is not scared of the dragons, and she will begin life in a new country. So I don't know if these dragons are real or in her imagination, but it's also an immigration story of her coming to a new country. And I don't know if the dragons are following her, or I don't know if the dragons are just what she refers to as airplanes. So a lot of books in these two boxes about immigration, refugee, great topics right now for kids to learn about. The next one is Sion's Misfortune by Chen Jiafei, illustrated by Wang by Karadi Tales. And it looks like it has a vibe of like a folk tale, you know. So I don't know if it's like good luck, bad luck. Like sometimes bad luck is good luck in disguise. You just don't know. But here, a long time ago, it already has the vibe of a folk story. Yeah, so this is definitely, it's a similar story. I mean, it's the same. What's good luck is bad luck, and what's bad luck is good luck. You just never know what happens. Like this horse story in particular, I first read about it in Jon Muth's Zen Shorts. So this is I don't know if it's the horse. Oh, so I don't know if the horse story continues. It seems like they start with that horse, and then it just keeps continuing, and so the story goes on, and it's more further. There's more to it than the story in Jon Muth's Zen Shorts, but it's that whole idea, and it makes a lot of sense. Like something happens, and you are like, "Oh, that's bad luck," but then in the context, when you look back years later, you're like, "What was bad luck was actually good luck because something happened. Then the next thing that happened." Could have been terrible, but the bad luck actually brought good luck. And so it's sort of like this idea of you don't really know what's good luck or bad luck. It's just things happen, and you don't really know what it means until you look back, you know, from the past to evaluate, you know, like what happened. What does that all mean? It's almost like karma. Like you just don't know. Even if it's good, even if it seems like, oh, I won the lottery, that's good news. But then you're like, oh, because I won the lottery, then something bad happened to my family. It's just like this. Luck is not what it seems, I guess would be the point. So the very last story is Farmer Falgu Goes on a Trip, another book by Chitra Soundar, illustrated by Kanika Nair. So this is a series, it looks like. She's got a whole series about Farmer Falgu. And I don't know, I feel like there's probably humor built in, but same illustrator, and then the publisher again is, let me look, what was it, Karadi Tales. So I feel like he goes on all these adventures, and they're a little bit, humorous, I feel like. And there's just sort of a, I haven't read it though. I just feel like it's almost like a modern folk tale with this character. So I can't wait to read it. I'll add it to my South Asian list. So thank you all for watching, and thank you again to Publisher Spotlight for sending me all these books.